This personal statement helped me get 24 interviews during my residency application. And today, I'm going to be going through word for word what the personal statement contained. Additionally, I'm going to tell you how you can get your personal statement to the level where it's currently at, to a level where every single program director will talk about your personal statement during your interviews. Now let's get to it. The first paragraph starts with what I call the hook. In this paragraph, you open with a scene to draw the attention of your audience. Now let's go. So, paragraph 1. Atlanta, 1996, the Olympics football final. With 1 minute to go, the referee pointed at his wristwatch. The great Argentina team outplayed the Super Eagles of Nigeria. The Argentines were the favorites with all projections in their favor, playing against an underdog and inexperienced squad. It was 3 a.m. My parents and family friends were up and cheering. As a kid, this made me wonder why my parents were so passionate about the game. That match would go down in history as the highest point in Nigerian football. The Super Eagles came from behind to win the game, thus winning the gold medal. I know most of you had imagined that I would say something like, I always wanted to be a doctor when I was growing up. You know, my mother was sick or someone needed intervention in my family. But this is not how I approached it. I opened the first paragraph with something completely different, something unrelated to medicine. And that, my friends, is the idea. You want to stand out, but you also want to give them substance that they will marvel at. They will be like, this is interesting. That is the goal. Now let's continue. The next paragraph is where you write what they call the why, the reason why you're going into medicine. So paragraph 2. In my country, there is a belief that a medical doctor is one of the highest positions a person could attain. The idea originated from the doctor's endless sacrifice to make the lives of others better. Thus, a lot of my elementary and high school friends wanted to become doctors, except me. I was only concerned with making good grades. I always looked forward to exciting holidays with my grandparents and an opportunity to participate in farming activities and hunting of wildlife. It was exhilarating. Somehow, that match stayed with me forever, and I learned never to give up and to keep on fighting for my dreams. I applied the lessons in many facets of my life, particularly in academics, even as a child. Slowly, I began to embrace the one thing that made sense to me, a sense of purpose, providing care, which came naturally as a firstborn son. As I grew, I discovered my passion for delivering assistance to people in their time of need. Gradually, I got drawn to medicine. I began to desire to become part of something bigger than myself, something more meaningful, directly impacting life. In this paragraph, we're trying to give them an idea of your journey, how you got to decide that you wanted to choose medicine. So during my own interviews, I had faculties, program directors talk about my personal statement. I remember when I interviewed somewhere in Maryland, the program director told me that he recalled where he was during the Atlanta 96. He said that he had just had a baby, so he couldn't make it to the game. He had to go back to the hospital to attend to his family. And that was something that broke the ice, you know. I could tell from then that they were impressed with my personal statement. So that is what I want you guys to do. Next, your third paragraph. And in your third paragraph, you highlight the lessons, the achievements, and all the efforts you've put into your journey. Graduating in the top 5% of my class was not without difficulties, but I relish challenges. I enjoy setting and achieving goals. I found the range of diseases through my internal medicine clerkship to be stimulating. I was ecstatic at the prospect of using history taking and physical examination to figure out diagnosis. I was inspired by how my attending physicians applied their extensive knowledge and fantastic bedside manners to patient care. I fell in love with internal medicine because the process of analyzing an issue, its components, and their interplay always left me in amazement. Following my graduation, my growing interest in internal medicine influenced my job choice. It led me to volunteer in various primary care-led roles, including providing medical care for sick inmates, most recently at the COVID-19 isolation facility. I have learned and understood the importance of the patient-doctor relationship and how it affects the patient's health. Now, in this paragraph, what I'm trying to do is trying to explain what I've achieved, what I've learned, all the things I have gone through, and how I have shown my interest and my clarity here, you know, so that it goes beyond a reasonable doubt that this person is not only talking about his interest, he's showing evidence that points towards his true interest. That's the whole idea. I put a link for the exact personal statement that I used to apply and got multiple interviews in the link down below. You can click and download it for free. I encourage you to write your personal statement yourself. It's very important because nobody else can write a personal statement for you. If you need personal help for your personal statement and CV, you can click on the link down below. So paragraph 4, my attendings have described me as irrepressible, determined, confident, and a team player. I believe that the skills I have honed through my background and experiences to this point will serve as a foundation for me to build upon to meet your program's demands and professional goals. Your program, via training and mentorship, will help me grow professionally and personally, while also providing excellent clinical education and compassionate healthcare to the community within a stimulating and supportive environment. These will thrust me towards becoming a clinician whose work will impact lives in my community and globally. With guidance from your program and my determination, I am confident that I will attain my career goals and contribute meaningfully to humanity. I appreciate your consideration. One thing you will notice is that my personal statement doesn't have anything to do with my CV. Completely different. That is the approach you also want to use. And let me show you how you can apply these principles into your own personal statements and have it stand apart. During your interviews, your program directors will always talk about it, the craft B checklist, and C stands for clarity of the hook. In your first paragraph, it has to be very, very clear what you are trying to say. At the same time, you are trying to make sure that that first paragraph is so captivating that the person reading your first paragraph wants to read your next paragraph. This is the most important thing you can do, because people reading your personal statement only spend about 2 minutes. As soon as they hit the first paragraph, it's not interesting, it's not captivating, they skim through the personal statement and you're done. And then R, relevance of the story. How relevant is that story to your whole journey? You don't just start with something that is mind-blowing. It has to tie back into your story. So you have to make sure that even after giving that paragraph that is super captivating, it has to be relevant to your story. And then A is the alignment. What is everything you're writing on the paper, how do they align with what you are applying for? And then F, the fit. You have to show that you are a fit program. And then T stands for trajectory. Your personal statement should start at point A and take your audience to point B while they understand the whole trajectory of your journey. And then P, personal insights. It's also the trajectory, but you want to make it personal. During my interviews, program directors absolutely were amazed by my personal statement, just because of how I was able to position the personal statement. It doesn't have to be something super fancy. It just has to be something that only you can write and you can have that personal statement. Personal statement doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be personal and well structured. Now, using this approach, I'm confident that you are able to come up with a personal statement that will be amazing and will get you so many interviews. If this helped you and you like content like this, be sure to subscribe. In my next video, I'm going to be breaking down my exact CV that I used to get 24 residency interviews. See you in the next one.